Recent reports are showing that AEW is getting an extra 500,000 viewers on their streaming service, and Mr. Khan, Tony Khan, the Khan man, Consistent Khan, has said that the 500,000 mark is consistent with what he believes Dynamite is getting. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. AEW, they've got their streaming service, they've got Max, and I think Tony Khan could be pushing this one to the max. Is it maximum lies from the Khan man, or is there truth in the fact that Dynamite averaging possibly 1.2 million in the year 2025.
Max, super Max, quicker than Max Verstappen this would be, better than Max Verstappen this would be. I'm calling BS, right? I'm sick of talking about this Max deal. The highest basketball feud match ever on Max is 44,000. So we led to believe that Dynamite's doing over 10 times that, like 12 times that. I'm not having that, man. Basketball's bigger than wrestling. And I don't even need to say that. We all know it. There's no way they're doing 1.2 million all in. Because see if they were, Tony Khan would be parading around like a trophy. But instead he's like, oh, is that what they said? Well, I guess it's true. That's what he said.
He's taking it, he's running with it.
He's running.
If they suggested 500,000, then I'll take that 500,000. Now, would Tony Khan back it if they come out and says that AEW Dynamite's doing an extra like 27 people on Max?
Not according to my numbers.
Would Tony Khan come out and say, hi, that those reports sound consistent with what I've heard? Probably not, but Tony Khan, he is backing this, and he is saying that approximately 500,000 is what he's seen. He's seen AEW's numbers, and he thinks 500,000 people watching Max every week is about right. So personally, I've already gave my opinion on this, and it's hard to give an exact number because like we don't know, and nobody really knows. All you can kind of do is just look at other things that are on Max, and maybe look at the numbers that Dynamite were doing before they were on Max. And I mean, you can have an estimated guess. For me, I personally believe that maybe every week there's about 20,000, 25,000 people watching Dynamite on Max. According to Tony Khan, though, it's a hell of a lot more than that. So, I mean, Tony Khan is suggesting it's like 20, 25 times more than that, which I do find extremely difficult to believe, but Tony Khan came out and he said that's the case. So, we'll hear what Tony Khan's got to say in a minute, but what do you think the number is? Obviously, we don't have an exact figure, but roughly, how many people do you think watch on Max? Now, to be fair, we have had some people in our comments say this is how they watch AEW, and that this is how all their friends watch AEW.
Wrestling fans don't have friends, though. You know what I mean? So there's a wee bit of flaw in the logic straight away.
That's a good point. We cracking that story.
And, you know, I'm just no fucking buying it. I'm never buying it. Like, this company, what was his highest ever rating? Like 1.2, the debut episode?
I think they did a 1.4.
1.4, right? Aye, Rampage was the 1.2. It's died since then. When did Max come in the beginning of the year? The ratings were...
I know how Dynamite has died, AEW has died. AEW feeds used to be hands down our highest viewed feeds on this channel.
Yep.
AEW Dynamite reviews always did well. AEW Dynamite rating feeds were always the top draw. Every single week, that's what people wanted to see. And those numbers have declined massively.
Yep.
So what that tells me is there's just less people watching, or less people having an interest in AEW Dynamite than there was like a year ago or 2 years ago. So yeah, I just refuse to believe that AEW is doing 1.2 million a week.
Look at the numbers, man. This isn't SmackDown on Fox, which we're getting, say just 2.5 mil, right? See if they said, well, we're getting 500,000 on Max. At least you could be like, well, if you had 500,000, that's 3 mil. That's
a sick for
the audience. That's not an unrealistic number.
Yeah, but with these numbers,
it's practically half. It's like 45%.
Yeah, with these numbers, Tony Khan is suggesting that they're almost getting like an extra double.
Here, guys,
watching this.
We get like what? I mean, if we get 100,000 views a month, but see over on Daily Motion, we get 10 million.
Daily Motion, that's what the real
Good
numbers
old Daily Motion.
Let's stream these.
Things are daily here, and things are in motion on Bog Wrestling.
Anyway, let's see what Tony Khan said here. So, is he pushing this to the max? Is he lying? Maximum lies. Let's find out. He says regarding the report on this Dynasty media call. By the way, Dynasty on tomorrow. You can check it out. But when asked,
you won't be checking it.
No, I'll be working. Fortunately,
and I won't be fucking buying it.
Anyway,
wait, here. Someone send 20 quid in the super chat, and I'll fucking watch it.
That's a fair deal, guys.
That's a fair deal.
20 quid, super chat, super thanks.
Pay for my fucking torture.
He'll buy the pay-per-view. Anyway, that's what Tony Khan had to say, whether there was any truth to the released statement. He said, quote, "I thought that was a really exciting report for AEW, and very consistent with everything we've been told. While the numbers are being kept close to the vest, we're one of the top streaming shows, and everything in that report was consistent with what I've heard." End of quote. Now, I just think that if that number was legit and it was consistent with what Tony Khan has heard, I don't think he would be keeping that close to the chest. Or in his words, close to the vest. I think Tony Khan would be on Twitter every day, bragging, promoting. We're getting 500,000 extra on Max.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I refuse to believe that Tony Khan would not have mentioned it once.
So yeah, as we worked out, right, they're getting 1.2 million, right? That's about the average you said there, right? So that's smoking NXT. That's like 450 down the road.
That's just off SmackDown.
Yeah, it's just off SmackDown. Are you trying to tell me he would not be? Look at how petty he was last year when Undertaker and Cena appeared on NXT, and he's like, "Oh look, guys, they couldn't even break a mill with Cena and Taker." He would be up. He'd be letting us all know about it.
How ironic though. He was saying that was the first show ever that John Cena and Taker had appeared on it done under a mill, yet it was also the very same night. It was the same show that Edge had ever appeared on and done under a mill.
Yeah.
How could he not see that? That's a bad look.
According to Business of Apps, right, there's 95 million people that have got Max. That's a lot of fucking people. But the problem is with that is, I think Dave Meltzer said there was 67 million people that have got the cable package that Dynamite was on, and we heard them talk about NXT went up to like 74 million, so they had like the possibility of 7 million more viewers. Just because you've got, I mean, look at Raw on Netflix, right? They've got fucking 300 million people to tune in.
A shitload of people have Netflix, but I mean, high percentage of them would never even consider watching wrestling.
Yo, see if it was good, right, and wrestling was popular, and it was actually, you know, you could leave the house without getting laughed at, you know, if you wore a t-shirt, then I would maybe be like, you know what, maybe 500,000's about right. Because see 500,000 to 95 million users, it's nothing. Like, you see if you're a show on HBO on that Max, and it's like, you're only getting 500,000 people with the 95 million to watch. That's a flop.
Yeah,
see if The Last of Us did 500,000. They'd be like, well, what the fuck are we paying these people?
Yeah, but like, I'm glad you brought The Last of Us up, but isn't that the kind of shows that people have Max for?
Yep.
Do they not have it to watch The Last of Us? Do they not have it to watch House of the Dragon? Do they not have it to watch all these like HBO originals that may be getting shown on it? I just don't think that people...
No one's buying Max
to watch AEW. I don't
especially when it's on TV anyway. It's like, you know, you get your Sky Sports package. There's some stuff they just fire on Sky Sports.
Like cricket?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have Sky Sports to watch cricket.
No. And there's, I mean, a million other, like women's football, for example. Don't give two solitary fucks about that. Everyone's different. Maybe not when it comes to women's football, but the reality is, you're right. I refuse to believe it, man. We talk about Triple H insulting our intelligence. This is Tony Khan. It's almost like a half-hearted acknowledgement of the rating, isn't it?
I mean,
he's not fully going. He's not committed.
In his defence, though, right? What's he supposed to say? No, my company's dying. Nobody's watching it.
No, that's my point. In my opinion, what he said is as good as saying no. That's bullshit. Because I think if it was true, he would have backed it to the hilt.
He said no by almost saying yes.
Yes. While if it was a yes, he would have said yes.
So you think he's only half lying?
No, I think he's fully lying. But
but he's not committing to the.
But he's cased it with BS. But enough. He's left the door slightly ajar for a yes, but realistically, it's a no.
I know, but is this not like saying? Is this not like here? Did you forget to put the rubbish out in the bins? He's like, no, I'm pretty sure I put the rubbish out in the bins, but he's not like claiming he's 100% done it. If that analogy works,
I half get it. It's like, here, Benoit probably did it, but there's empty beer cans. There's no alcohol in his system, sort of thing. You know, it's like
that's weird. Like
it's Benoit, but. You know, there's half a chance that certain KS could have done something, but anyway, I digress.
Well, let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, Tony Khan could have come out and says, "Yep, I've seen the numbers, and that is exactly what we get."
There's no way he doesn't have access to the numbers.
He could have come out and he could have said, "No, those numbers are wrong. We actually get 700,000."
Are you trying to tell me that loser at The Last of Us, Neil, whatever the fuck he's called, doesn't have access to the numbers when they bring in the big bucks?
Druckmann.
Druckmann. Yeah. Come on, they do. They fucking do. I mean, I guess you could turn around and say, well, like we said, Dynamite is that insignificant to Max, and maybe they don't give Tony the numbers, but he's paying Max for fuck's sake, man. He's paying them duffel bags of cash. I think the least they can do is inflate some numbers.
Why not? This news did come off the back of some decent ratings for Dynamite and Collision. Dynamite had 5 weeks in a row of growth. And then Collision had done some of its, biggest numbers in the year 2025. However, the latest Dynamite wasn't good, dropping back under 600k for the first time since February. I mean, that was pretty poor. And we also seen Collision's numbers go down as well. So yeah, not good, but we'll see what's happening. Dynamite, can they ever get back to 800k? Probably not. We've got Dynasty tomorrow. Could be interesting. Probably won't be, but
see, to wrap it up, right?
Could be.
If they're doing over 1 million now, right? It's not like before Max they were near 1 million, and it explains why the numbers have went to like 600k, but they're claiming 500,000's watching. The numbers were shit before Max. It's like it's just an unrealistic number. Honestly, even if they turned around and said they're getting like 100,000 from it, I would call bullshit. 500,000's taking the piss. Taking the absolute piss. There's no way, Jose. You're right. You say about 25,000. I'd say that's bang on the money.
So, just to confirm it, you think Tony Khan's full of shit?
I think he's full of fucking shit, yes.
There you go, guys. Tony Khan, full of shit. Maximum lies from the AEW Max Man. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.